Smash Factor.
Ripping driver, going for it. Oh my goodness. How about that tee shot?
That is crazy how far that is.
Wow. John Daly, take a back seat, big fella. How about that drive?
That's an aggressive line. Man, that is beyond long.
Look at this. He's just driven the green. He has just driven the green.
I guess hello world, huh?
Welcome everybody to the Smash Factor Week 23 on the 2022-2023 PGA Tour. The Masters. We are finally here. It is officially Masters Week. The Valero and Live Orlando wrapped up just a little bit ago. I was kind of waiting for that to end before I recorded officially, but also had other things going on. Been obviously a busy week, a lot going on behind the scenes for us. We released another update to the brand new golf dashboard, tools and lineup builder and all that kind of stuff. More to keep coming. This one was a big one, so we have a lot of stuff in there now. I sent it to the people in Slack. Excited for it. Excited for what the future brings to that. This week's gonna be a fun one. I think it's I kind of put a tweet out just a little bit ago before I came on, and I do think there's a couple of crucial points, and then I really think there's three. We'll get into it here in a second, and then from there it's just kind of do things go the right way. I think there's three big crucial points, especially when you look at, we're literally probably talking about 75 guys. I mean, this is basically a limited field event. You just may get unlucky and have a few of your guys miss the cut. Obviously you could have more than a few. There's going to be that, but I think we're still talking 25, 35% type 6-6 numbers. Now that could always change because you get one or two like super chalk, like Corey Connors misses the cut and 6-6 can be super low. It just will. We'll get to that in a second. That's kind of one of the three crucial points I was talking about. And you get a few of those, like two of those top five owned, and it does turn into a super low 6-6 because chalk kind of busted. It's not because the math not working out, because you're going to have literally, you take out the Larry Mises of the world and all that. You got a section of people that are just going to cut off probably 80% of the live guys, if not more. The amateurs, most people don't play that. I mean, so you start getting into it, you're like, well, shit. I mean, if you're cutting out all live guys, I mean, you literally, if you're building 150 lineups, you could probably take all the old guys, live guys, and amateurs out, and that's your player pool, and then decide what kind of exposures you want. If you're spreading it out a little bit, I'm talking about 150 lineups there, but still, I'm not there on the live guys. I think that's a big talking point. It's typical format tonight. We'll kind of keep it. Obviously we don't have the Valero stats in. Do that tomorrow. Update the rankings tomorrow. The first rankings are already out. I will do the live. I'll probably do like a mid afternoon, like 15-20 minute. Here's my thoughts after deep, not full deep dive, but kind of getting the new rankings, seeing some things, listening to a few. There's so many pods out already for Masters Week. Here's kind of what I'm thinking. Tuesday will be our normal deep dive, go into everything. Then Wednesday, final thoughts, E9 with Kenny, just like usual. Lots to get into. And then obviously we're going to have some weather this week. Of course we are, because that's been another topic this year that some has went right, some has went wrong. And this will be an interesting one as well. I think it'll be a talking point to an extent, not because of maybe waves and stacks and all that, more of how does it affect the type of players we want to go after this week based on the conditions. Not quite, is it going to be soft? Is it going to be harder to roll out if they do this right now? Obviously, Augusta's a little bit different because of the way the course is set up and they can control it however they want. But tons of variables this week, but it's a Masters, so it makes it exciting. I'm excited. My biggest deal is like to I always say this, and I said it last year. I have it in my notes still. Like, be patient. Like, enjoy the week. Let the week come. I wouldn't have a player pool already. I probably wouldn't have lineups even remotely close to being built. Enjoy the process. We always talk about that, right? Like, I've kind of got my process. It changes a little bit with Masters Week, mainly because we get the pricing early. We get a lot of pods out. We get a lot of people talking about a lot of stuff. And then this week, unlike never before, we have a chunk of players who are, more than anything, a lot of them have good history here, but they've been on live. How do we handle it? And we just never had that before. Like, it's just unknown to us. We had some of this live stuff going on at the Open and all that, but it wasn't like this, right? These guys have mostly all been removed for many, many, many months now, half a year, some of them all year, a full year type deal, and coming back and playing, at Augusta. Some have shown decent, quote unquote form, playing on the live, but they don't play every week, right? They've only played 2 or 3 this year. How do we handle that? More than anything, you got to remember, I can't wait to listen to Kenny and Tambo, because I'm sure Tambo and I normally are on the same page on a lot of things. Same with Kenny, but we are playing a game, right? I don't care about my personal feelings. I don't care about, I got these guys to choose from who I can put my lineup. What's the right game move? Cam Smith, my gut initially says the 4th highest priced dude in the whole tournament. Didn't really show much this weekend. Probably going to be sub 7% at least, maybe as low as 3 or 4%. Who's going there, right? History here. Let's see. Never missed the cut. 5th, 51st, 2nd, 10th, 3rd. 4 top 10s, 3 top 5s. Second, 2020, which could have some, softer conditions this week, similar to that. Not quite, obviously, because that was in November, but do we play him? Do we just take a chance that he cares? Those are things that are going to be great debate. Now, unfortunately, one of the guys I did kind of like pre this week was Brooks, and now he wins. Looks decent. Some of the shots, what's on paper and who he's playing against and all that's kind of irrelevant to me. Is I watched some of it. I had it on one of the 3 TVs at all times this weekend, mainly because I wanted to see what kind of shots are they doing? How are they looking? Was the course they were at comparable? Not at all, not remotely close, but he's a guy that's done really well here at times. DJ obviously won here. There's some guys that I probably don't have much interest in. Bubba, I don't really care about playing him much. Phil, not playing him. Those are easy, but the guys like Reed, Mito, Smith, Joaquin, who I played here before, Brooks, those guys are, what are people going to do? Do they say, I'm out? I just don't want to play any of them. I can't rely what we've seen. I don't care about it. That's fine. Would I eat a chalky type guy there? Probably not, but I don't think anybody in live really gets super chalky. I guess the Brooks today maybe helped some, but I still don't think many will still go there. A lot of things to discuss. We'll get there in just a second. Won't recap last week yet. I'll probably do that either tomorrow on my little snippet. My DFS was not good again. Once again, Davis Riley. I've had a really good pool with 1 or 2 just major blow-ups. Fitzpatrick a couple weeks ago, that was well documented. Riley this week, similar deal. He starts out horrible and just never could get it together. Then I get some really good lineups. I survived 20% of my lineups were good going into the weekend. Had some upside, the non-Riley type lineups. I was all right, well, I got a little hope here. If I can make a run, every single one of those lineups had Thomas Dietrich, who shot 83 yesterday. So, boy, you talk about trusting your process and, you gut check in the mirror and you go, man, what got me on those guys? Was it horrible? Was it this? But you see so much good stuff. Sam Stevens, I was on. There were so many guys that I did well or good enough that I liked that was solid. It was just one of those weeks when you have those type of bombs or blow-ups, it just kills your week. So it's hard to go through. Betting, not much there. I'll recap that again tomorrow. If you want to join us right now, great week. Always great time to join, but this is probably one of the better, especially because you get the elevated event right after it. Was going to have another Millie Maker. They've already got qualifiers up for it. You can use code MASTERS, 30% off any package, weekly, monthly, annual, doesn't matter. Locked in for life. You can upgrade at any time. Includes a 7-day risk-free trial if you're not a current member. So you can hop in there, You get a week free, so you're going to get the Masters free. And then if you still like us, you stay another week, which will get you to the RBC. If you like that, you can upgrade to a month. You can upgrade to an annual. You can start monthly, go annual, however you want to do it. Or if you go annual, you go, man, I don't know if I really, you can downgrade too. It still prorates you. The system takes care of it all. You still get your 30% off whatever package you go to. Go check that out. Just released the brand new golf dashboard probably 3 weeks ago now. Big update went through yesterday morning. We still have many we're going to keep doing. This will keep going. We probably will have most of it fine-tuned and everything we want by the PGA Championship, but a lot of it's in there now. We just have a lot more stuff that's going to make it even more interactive, especially between our lineup optimizer, the Green Machine, and the golf dashboard. There's going to be so much connectivity between those two that'll really be awesome as we keep growing that new version of our golf dashboard overall. Rate and review us on iTunes. I will be doing giveaways on these. I was going to do the first one tonight, but I'm going to give everybody one chance tonight. Big, get your comment in, do this. I'll do a $100 giveaway to the Million Maker tomorrow, at least one, maybe two. We'll see how many likes, reviews, and all that we get tonight. And then every night I'll be doing some for, between the YouTube videos and everything we do all week. And then all the way through next week. And then the big March to the Masters giveaway will be for anybody that signed up on the site from March 1st on. We'll be giving away a 555 or whatever that big ticket contest is for the PGA Championship. We'll be giving away a Gups Corner giveaway pack we got Master stuff, we got FedEx Cup stuff, we got all kinds of stuff over there, plus DK money. And then in third place, I'm going to give away a brand new putter. Your choice. I'll pay for it. I'll put a limit on, obviously not like $1,000 putter, but whatever, $300-$400 putter. So over $1,000 between those three. Anybody that signed up from March 1st on, you're in the drawing automatically if you've already done it. If you sign up now, I'm going to give it away the week after the RBC. So that lets all the free trials and everything get through, and I actually get to see who committed and actually paid. Obviously you can respect that. We'll give those away as well. Rate and review us on iTunes to get you in the free drawing. So I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do it every day this week. So get in there now, subscribe on YouTube, like this video, and in the comment section, tell me who your favorite 9K play is. All that gets you into the free drawings for tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, for free. So you can go do that for me. It helps out a lot this week. Listener League, link is in the description. 350 this week, 3 max as usual. Let's fill that up quick. May even push to make it bigger for the PGA Championship if we can. Of course, we're at Augusta National this week. Kitty Kim will have his full breakdown on the site, on his pod. You can go check him out or the site. We all are very familiar. Probably the biggest still this year. Still par 72, almost 7,600 yards. Last year, they did some lengthening to 11, 15, and 18, I believe. This year, they've elevated and put a new tee box on for 13 to try to make that a much more risk-reward second shot hole. We'll probably hear a lot about that this week. 4 par 3s, 4 par 5s. I think, and especially this week, you've got to be able to score on the par 5s. I really think we may see a single-digit winner based on the way the weather looks. Looks great until the tournament starts. Thursday really looks pretty good. Not bad, at least. Very low winds, pretty scoreable. Right now, PM AM kind of looks okay, but Masters does things a little bit different, especially with this small field. So that'll be to come way later on. This is Sunday night, obviously, but a lot of rain in the forecast. Just, this time of year, it happens. It's all hit or miss showers. We'll just have to play it by ear. But the bigger deal is winds pick up Friday afternoon all the way through Saturday and Sunday. Like gusts can be up to 20, 25. The steady winds are still 8 to 15, so nothing crazy, but rain, mix and match. It just looks like it could be one of those weeks we got to deal with it, right? And it sucks, especially for the Masters, right? We all want to watch it all day long. Hopefully we can avoid delays and stuff like that, but when Tiger won, I think it was Tiger won it in 2019 when they wound up, I want to say they wound up going off split tees, which I think most people didn't think they would ever do on Sunday to make sure they could get it in, but either way, I think because of the winds, the cooler temperatures, which kind of sucks because I did think Tiger wasn't a horrible play this week. I'll be questionable on that now with the way the temperatures are, but cooler temperature Saturday, Sunday, and even late Friday. But in the rain and the wind, I think it's gonna play tough. I think if you could take a 10 under and post Sunday, I bet most guys in the field would take that right now with the way it looks. Even if it rolls into Monday looks like maybe the strongest winds and still a chance of rain. So it's not like it's a cupcake no matter what, which will change a little bit of our thinking, right? You know, birdie fest, which you don't ever get a birdie fest at Augusta, but that type of mentality versus a grinded out. That's why I kind of like Tigers essentially, but I just worry about the cooler temperatures is back, all that kind of stuff. We'll kind of see how that is, long term, but that's where I'm at on weather. I don't see a whole lot of wave advantage per se right now. It's way too early to think about all that, but think about it as you're thinking about distance may even mean that much more, right? If it's cooler, it's soft, all that kind of stuff, those par fives are going to be huge this week to be able to score on. Bent greens, we know that. Super quick, super fast, probably the fastest on tour. Extremely important around the green here. And this overall tee to green game, where are you at recent form? Where are you at course history here? This is the number one course history course. We know that. It does matter. This is the 1 week where we could tell the anti-course history people it absolutely matters. Cam Champ, that's just one where he's still below on this year. I played him every year. He's won me a lot of money. The year DJ won it, he was in my showdown lineup. I won $50,000 that day on round 4. Him and CT Pan, went off that morning, went out early, posted a good number, still had DJ in the lineup, and we had a good week. But he's finished 19th, 26th, and 10th. There is nothing about his game right now that says play him. So most people won't, and that's just one of those things where this is a week where I go, all right, well, he's played good here. I can't, especially someone that's done it at least 3 years. 2 is strong, but 3 in 20, 21, 22 has been very different conditions and courses per se. And he's never finished worse than 26 in his 3 trips here. It's hard to ignore that type of deal. So I do think it matters a little bit. Cut, I probably have like +3, +4. There is no longer the 10 cut rule. That obviously started the year with COVID. Top 50 in ties. No 10 cut shot rule or 10 shots within the leader rule. So if you're not familiar, back at the pre-COVID, no matter what the cut was or anything like that, if you were within 10 shots of the leader, you made the cut on the weekend. So if the entire field theoretically back in the 2019, 2018 was within 10 shots, everybody made the cut. They got rid of that. They don't have it no more. I think the last couple of years, it really hasn't made that much of an impact. But there is a year it could actually would have been like, man, if they had the 10 cut rule, that would have worked. Winner, I think, like I said, I think 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there, I think is where we'll be. Since 2010, you've had Mickelson, Schwartzel, Bubba, Scott, Bubba again, Spieth, Willett, Sergio, Reed, Woods, DJ, Matsu, Scheffler. We've hit 4 out of the last 6 winners here. We had Garcia, Tiger, DJ, Matsu, those 4. Outside of DJ and Spieth, you've had 8 under, 5 under, which that's an extreme too, Will, at that year. But, 8 under, 9 under, 15, 13, 10, 10, 10. So all around those numbers that I think we could see this week, I think it may be closer to an 8, 9, 10 type of number. Stats I'm looking at: ball striking, stroke gain irons, DK scoring, birdie or better, good drives, bogey avoidance, course history, putting, recent form, all that kind of stuff. 18 guys have not played this course since 2017, which seems low, but when there's only 88 or 87, whatever it is, it's kind of a decent amount of number. Salary ranges this week: 3 in the 10K plus. Scheffler is 11-1, then 2 10K, 7 in the 9K, 10 in the 8K, 27 in the 7K, 30 in the 6K. So I looked at last year's, and it's fairly similar, a lot less. I think there was 4 10K and above, and I think it was 6 9K, and then I think it was right about the same. So very similar. Only 3 there is a little bit different, and it makes you kind of put the big 3 than everybody else, right? Sweet 16 for me, normal. I will add an extra bubble boy this week. Normally I give you my 3 favorite plays in each salary range, and then a bubble boy this week. I'll give you 2. Fade of the week, sleeper of the week, gut feel plays, betting top 5 that pop, and 2 long shots provided by Underdog and Price Picks. Huge Underdog potential overlay. We've been talking about it for couple months now. I have heard a few other pods and everything that are starting. It looks like Underdog's making a big push to try to get people to get in it. Let's just pull it up. The Albatross. little push this weekend. It's 45% full right now. It's $10. It's a best ball. So if you did best ball NFL, you're all familiar with it. If not, you draft 6 guys and they're locked in. You draft 10 guys. It's 6-player pools, 6 people. So you're going up against 5 other people. So 60 total guys in each draft will be drafted. Your 10 guys are locked in when it starts Thursday morning, and it's for all the majors. So this thing doesn't end till the Open, right? I was trying to see if I can't find it here. I will look it up. How many of the 10 they use each week? Yeah, starting roster of 6. So yeah, you'll have 10 guys that you draft. It'll automatically take your 6 best players for the Masters that perform after it's over, and that'll be your score for the week. And then it'll carry over to the PGA Championship, then the US Open, and the Open. And those same 10 guys are your 10 guys the whole way. This is if you're not familiar with best ball. I'm going to post a deal that one of our members did. I think it's helpful. It shows you everybody that's already qualified for each major, who's qualified for all that kind of stuff. That'll at least give you a little bit of a guide. Again, it's 45% full. It's $100,000 to first. Great deal to get in there. It's dollar for dollar match up to $100 with GUP. I'll get into that when I get to that top 5 that pop in 2 long shots. I'll give you my final 5 for one and done right now. And then we'll wrap it up and get out of here. We got tons of coverage, tons of pods every day, per usual. Sweet 16 for me, 9K and above. I will start with Mr. Patrick Cantley. He is on my short list of who I think could win this. I will bet him probably at most, waiting to kind of see how everything shuffles in the morning. I have a few bets I put out over the last couple of weeks to the members. He wasn't one of them yet, but he's a guy that I like a lot. He's burned me here. He's done okay here. And he's finished top 10 here. So he's kind of a mixed bag of everything. I like his form coming in. 3rd in ball striking, 3rd in DK scoring, 2nd in birdie or better, 2nd in good drives, 4th at the API, 19th at TPC. You'll hear all kinds of trends and stats and all that. He fits most of those as a dude that could win here. This is his 6th Masters. He's had a miscut, a 9th, a 17th, a miscut, and a 39th. He's 9,500. There is a world where I think about fading all 3 of the 10K guys. With that, balanced, hybrid balanced. Now I'm probably doing 150 in a few of the contests, so it wouldn't be all that, but it's mainly talking about core 3 max. I can see myself fading them, but I really think ownership's going to be spread out like usual in the majors, all that kind of stuff, that there's going to be some glaring chalk. But I don't think it's going to be up top. I think everything will be kind of spread out. Rory maybe gets a little bit of the leverage steam. Scheffler's coming in off of a 4th, a 1st, and then a 3rd. I can't remember who won out of him or Rory at the match play, but a 3rd or 4th. I think Rory won, but so 4th, a 4th, 1st, 4th. His 3 years here, he's got a 19th and 18th and a 1st. Now it's super hard to repeat here. I think it's only been Tiger, Jack, and Thaldo, I think, are the only 3 ever. And he's the highest priced. I could see him coming in lower than what he should be. So I'm kind of up top, just going to let that thing play out. I do have one I like over the others. But I can see where starting with a guy in the 9K could make you a lot different in general this week. And Cantley's probably my favorite in the 9K right now. A guy I'm hardly ever on, but I've seen enough upside lately, and I just think he may go a little bit under the radar than what he normally is, because normally he's fairly popular, and it's JT, $9,300, 21st at API, 60th at TPC, 10th at Valspar, 14th in good drive, 10th in birdie or better, 12th in DK scoring, 15th in short greens irons. His last 6 years here, 22nd, 17th, 12th, 4th, 21st, 8th. So he's never finished worse than 22nd in 6 years. 9,300. I mean, I could start a lot of lineups. Cantley, JT, and then I like some 8K guys, a lot. And you kind of go that hybrid build there and just pray you don't get beat by one of these big boys up top. I can see that for sure. I think a lot of people will go guy up top. They'll pick a 9K, maybe an 8K, and then filter in the 7s. I can't tell you last time I came on a pod and it was about JT, but this is my early dive in. I'm like, I get it. The putter's the deal, but one thing I try to do, and I especially do in my deep dive, is this is probably one of the few places I put at how do they putt here and how are they around the green here versus everywhere else. Almost like, Willie Z, Matsu, those guys that just continuously do well here versus anywhere else. And JT's had some great finishes here that I'm not against that at all. And my last would be Rory. I think if I'm going anywhere up top right now, it's Rory. A little bit concerned that he could be the popular by far, but again, I really think they're going to be super close and not any of them really massively owned. Love the way the driver looked, the new driver at the match play. If he's got his driver going here, this could be the year he finally gets the Masters, right? He finally gets that green jacket. If there's ever a time for him to be even more motivated than just the Masters, it would be to make for dang sure that one of the live guys don't win the Masters. I just feel he's going to be that. Now, you go the other way and go, he's going to be thinking too much about it. It's too much on his mind, yada, yada. But his last 6 years, 7th, 5th, 5th, 2nd, 21st, one miscut in 2021. Not bad. But a lot of these up guys you're going to see are Rahm. 27th, 4th, 9th, 7th, 5th, 27th. So they all have great histories here, with Scotty being the only one that's one up top. But right now I lean Rory. I like him. We'll kind of see how that goes throughout the week. My two bubble boys, Spieth, because I think he'll be massively owned. And that's where I think your JTs, your Cantleys could be a little bit of a leverage playoff of a chalky Spieth. Spieth looks good. Fourth, 19th, third, the last three tournaments. Obviously his history here is really good. Even when he's not playing well. Last year he missed a cut. It was the first time he's missed, maybe ever. 11th, 3rd, 21st, 46th, 3rd before that. Obviously has a win. So I think most people will be like, I've backed Spieth when he wasn't really clicking. Now he's looking pretty good and he's at the place that he likes the best. That's why he's my bubble boy. Because if he's going to garnish all the ownership, I don't mind going to guys that are going to be less owned in the 9K range at all. And my other bubble boy is Cam Smith. Mentioned it. And this is one of those kind of like Cam Champ. I just got to feel like he plays well here. He always has. A 5th, a 51st, 2nd, 10th, 3rd. So 3 top 5s. I mentioned it earlier. I believe because he really didn't show much this week at the live deal, maybe that's what people pay attention to. I have no idea that he really gets low ownership. Is he going to be like a core play for me or something like that? No, not necessarily. But, if I'm doing 150 and like a $15 milli maker, I'm going against 300,000 lineups and I can get a 5% Cam Smith. I probably am going to take a hard look at that at $9,800. I don't think he gets owned at that price. I really don't. I think the price is the main thing. He's literally the fourth highest priced guy in the field that I think he just gets overlooked. People just go, especially with Spieth, $100 cheaper. I really think he's under 5%. I'll have to take a strong look there, but that's why he's the bubble boy. 8K range, Sung Jae, missed cut in 2021, an 8th and a 2nd in between those two. Coming in better and better and better each week. 42nd at the Honda, 21st API, 6th at TPC, 10th at Good Drive, 7th at Birdie or better. Outside of bogey avoidance, he's top 23 or better in all the major stats I'm looking at. 12th in recent form overall, 8,100. I do think he could be one of the more popular guys this week outside of Connors. We'll get in that in a second, but I like him. I don't mind him at all. Excuse me. Long days. The only negative would be like he just gets super popular. I don't think he will enough where I'm just off of him. I'll just have to decide where do I want to eat chalk this week and where do I not. There's only so many guys, right? So I think it's more about how you play the guys in your pool and set things up versus, who you play per se, which is like that most weeks, but I do think this will be a bigger one because you're going to have some great leverage spots that just aren't there most weeks with this live guy situation and some of the other things we'll talk about. Cam Young, 8,600, probably outside of he missed a cut last year, but I want to say he started rocky. He's in my notes to go deep dive how he played. I was going to watch most of his highlights on the Masters deal. Yeah, I like him a lot. I think he could win. I think he might win. He will. He's already on my betting card. I put him there. He's one of the guys I released a couple weeks ago or that Sunday, Saturday, whatever, match play. I like everything about him. I'll be on him a lot. Matsu looked good this week. It's good and bad because I wanted him to show enough, and I think he did. I actually think he kind of showed enough that most people still aren't going to be all about it. 8,400 Matsu here. Looked like he's getting into a little bit better form. I can't remember what he wound up finishing today. Flirting with the top 10, which is good. Fifth at TPC. Miscut at API. His last 6 year, 11th, 19th, 32nd, 13th, 1st, 14th, sorry. So 6 top 19s or 5 top 19s or better with the 32nd. Never missed a cut since 2017, 6 straight made cuts. At that price, I mean, the only concern there is, and it's just kind of flared up at most places, is the neck deal, right? It doesn't appear to be something that's just going to go away. You just kind of have to deal with it. Take your risk reward there. Maybe a guy that I try to get overweight on my MME stuff and maybe don't go 3 max with him or something like that. Maybe it's a little bit too much risk, but either way, I don't mind him. Bubble boys for me, Willie Z. My assumption will be he's going to be super low owned, and which is fine. I'll be all overweight all day long. I do hope to hear some press conferences or see some stuff from him to kind of understand where he's at. I keep hearing about the injury and he changed swing. He really didn't change his swing that much. I remember talking with Travis. There were things he's done differently, but even at a little bit match play, but even going back to like TPC and API and some of the stuff, his tee to green has not really been the issue. It's kind of just been the putting in general. His history here is a second and a sixth. Played a lot of them in 2021 when he got second. Had a good year that year with him. I think we're going to get a somewhat low-owned Willie Z at $8,200, and that's fine. I'll be about it and take my chances there. DJ, just a pure how he's played here, talent in general. Can he win it? Probably not, but again, $8,800. Can he top 20? His last 4 out of 5 years, he's finished 10th, 2nd, 1st, 12th with 1 miscut. So, yes, he can do that. Is he in the form? Don't know. I don't know that I care as much about a DJ as versus some of these other guys. Like, I don't know how much he gave a F before. He didn't play a ton leading up to the Masters all the time. He didn't do much this week. I think he shined some. At one point I saw him yesterday. He was 600 on the round. Let's see where he did. -4, -1, -5. So finished 7th in the field, 10 under. I know most people aren't going to care about that, but it's enough positive for me. If you give me a 8% DJ, $8,800, I'll be all about it. But that's why he's the bubble boy. Just in general, you just don't have enough true form to understand it. But outside of that, I don't mind taking my chances there. 7K range. I like Mito. Looked good this week. I watched him. He's never played here. That's probably the negative. But in general, what we did see from him, remember, he played a little bit more on the PGA last year than some of the other guys. I don't mind it at $7,200. I think maybe some of the, mentality will be like thinking about these guys winning. I don't know that they don't have to win. Like if Mito scoring positions top 25 at $7,200, I'm good with that. I'd sign up for it today for that price. So some of the things I saw, we know his strengths. He can drive the ball well. Tougher conditions, don't mind that. We saw him at the PGA Championship. I'll play some 7,200 Mito. Brooks, I'm going to play him. I hope most make fun of the live and make fun of his win and make fun of whatever. I hope so, because I wanted him to be kind of under the radar this week. He was already one of the few guys I was going to look at live. He wins. I don't really love that, but I'll be playing him. I still think most of these guys are going to be just so low owned to where they should be. And his price is $7,600, and he is a massive pivot from what I believe will be the highest owned guy once again, Corey Connors, $7,600, a great pivot. And again, I'm not talking about a 1,000-man single entry field. We're trying to win the Millie Maker type stuff, going up against 200,000-300,000 people. I would take Brooks over Connors in that field, leverage wise. Just seeing what I saw, in general this week. So I don't mind Brooks. I'm going to play him. Does he make a core? Does he make, a 3 max? he's potentially in that realm. We'll see how the industry talks about him. I just hope he gets kind of made fun of for his win more than people go, all right, I saw enough, and I'll play the guy that's finished 11th, 2nd, and 7th here, right? Who says he's fully healthy now and comes out and he shoots 15 under this week and wins the tournament. So the exact same week that Corey Connors shoots, I think, 15 under and wins the tournament. And they're both the same price next week. And one will probably be like 9%. One will be like 27% owned. So again, we're playing a game. It's not about feelings and all that kind of stuff. Now, can I hate you for Connors? No. A lot of people have faded him here when he's been cheap and chalky, and it's just not gone well. A 46th, and that year he was like 6,000 something. Remember, he Monday queued into Valero, won Valero, and then went straight to the Masters and finished 46th. So 8 days before he makes his Masters week, he's Monday queuing into the Valero, praying to make a cut at the Valero. He wins the Valero and goes plays in the Masters, still makes the cut there and finishes 46. And then since then, he's only gone 10th, 8th, and 6th. Can I hate you for loving him? No, but man alive, I mean, you talk about Chalk City. And we've seen it before in the last 3 years. He's been low priced and chalk, and he's paid off. So that's a tough one. That'll be a big debate. I can't wait to kind of hear what Kenny has to say Wednesday night, where we're at there. My third guy, so just to recap, I'm going a little longer in conversation here just because a lot of points here than just normal bam, 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 get out. Mito, Brooks, and my finals, Fleetwood. Another guy that's not on a ton, but I'd liked him a ton at Valspar. I had the winning ticket on him, and he lets us down late. But it's $7,700 Fleetwood. His last 6 years here. He missed a cut in 2017. 17th, 36th, 19th, 46th, 14th. 4 of those 6 years, I would take his finish at $7,700. The 36, we'll see how the DK's going. But the top 20 here at that, all about it. Again, he's right there, $100 more than Brooks, than Connors. I don't think he gets that much ownership. Rose will probably get a little bit of love coming off the win. He's $100 more. Tom Kim, Joaquin, all these guys are right there around that 74, 75, 7,600. Minwoo Lee, who I think will get hyped up, plenty this week. I know Mayo likes him in general, which will drive some ownership. He's played well. He played 14th here last year on top of it, 6th at the TPC. Had him at TPC. I love to finish there. So many pivots in that area. It'll be real interesting to kind of see how ownership gets there. I think Fleetwood kind of goes under the radar as a lower owned guy that I don't mind taking a chance on. Coming in at 61st, at 27th, and the 3rd, getting better and better and better. Form looking good. The driving part would probably worry me the most if we really think distance is there. I don't think that's his best, but the grit and grind, and you tell me a 6 under, 7 under could be in the mix Sunday, that's a Fleetwood type style to me. Like if you told me this guy gets a 16 under, probably not as high on him. 6, 7 under gets me there Sunday. I don't mind some Fleetwood. Bubble Boys for me is Connors. I just talked about it a lot, and it's really just how do I want to play that in ownership. A complete fade for me, probably in my. I'll probably only do 1 2 2 2 2 Millie Maker. No chance I play Connors there, but do I just fade him and all that stuff, and then go overweight and maybe the $15, maybe even like the $5 150 max type deal? I could see me doing that. And then Mitchell is a bubble boy for me. I think Mitchell profiles well here, especially the way this week's going. He's only played here once. He did make the cut, finished 43rd, coming in decent form, 24th at API, 35th at TPC. We know he can drive the ball well. DK scoring 21st, ball striking 14th, birdie or better 23rd, putting average, middle of the pack in the field. I like enough about him at 7,100 that he's a good bubble boy for me. 6K range. Thomas Peters, he played longer than anybody, I believe, almost anybody that's on the PGA and Euro, because he just went, right? He just did his deal. It was the week of Riv, Tigers tournament. Remember, because he posted a tweet about being top 50 in the world and not being able to get into Tigers event. Currently 43rd there. Late, Dubai, Hero Dubai, he finished 6th. Late last year, he had, to end his year, he finished, this is U.S. Open on 27th, 2nd, 37th, 28th, 8th, 23rd, 3rd, 28th. So with the 6 at Dubai. Plus, he's obviously, what did he finish? He was up there top. I think he just had an okay week this week. -3, even -4. So nothing crazy, but again, the price 7,100 or what is he? 60. I just lost him. Apologize. Maybe I just put. Oh yeah, $6,900. So he's played here 3 times. A 4th in his debut. Missed the cut twice. Again, this is a 6K guys I'm not super high on in general, but he's a guy that I don't mind being a solid MME play, cheap, make the cut, give me some upside type deal. Don't mind him there. Cam Champ, I'm playing him. I still don't think enough people will click him. I think your model runners, your optimizers, your people that try to project golf points, which is the most crazy thing I've ever heard of. He's not going to show up anywhere. So as well, the only thing he's going to pop on is 19th, 26th, 10th here. 3 top 26s, never miss a cut. I still don't think he gets over 10% personally. So I'm going to play Cam Champ. I'm going to play Ryan Fox. I think Fox will get a little more ownership for $100 more, but he's never played here. But his strengths should suit well here. I bet he's higher owned than Champ. So I'd play Champ. I'll play both of them, but I would play Champ over him for $100 cheaper and probably less ownership. I think Fox will get a little bit of household name. He got 14th at API, 27th at TPC. He's 18th in recent form coming in, where Cam Champ's 58th. So I just think he gets so much more ownership. But I like both of them. But I'm just giving you an example of where I would pivot to Champ there if I was choosing between the two. Bubble Boys for me, I think Hoagie will be that guy that gets a lot of talk up, a lot of ownership. When he gets a DFS Darling mode, he normally is pretty high owned. Played here last year, got 39th. I think that's a boost. 3rd at TPC. Great on the stat model. He's 9th overall. I like him too. He's just a bubble boy for me because I kind of want to see where I don't want to play the chalkiest 6K guy by any means, unless it's Corey Connors, because when he's the chalkiest 6K guy, he crushes. But that's what I want to see there. And that's kind of where I go back to which chalk I want to get into and don't. He may be the ones I want to. All right, well, he's cheaper. I don't need as much from him as I do some of this other chalk. I'll take him and cut that guy. That's more of the deep dive stuff when we get into the models and those conversations on the pods and live conversations on Wednesday. Vincent's a guy that keeps catching my eye. $6,500. I like enough upside there. He's coming in good form. 49th, 24th, 13th. He's never played here. His stats are just good to above average. Nothing great, but nothing horrible. A guy that $6,500 that if I need, one of those guys I want to get in that last player pool, a good M&E play, I like Svensson. Nothing stands out about him, and it is his first time. That's probably the only reason why he's a bubble boy, but he's a guy that catches my eye. We'll see where I'm at on him come Tuesday, Wednesday. Fade of the week for me is Morikawa. Shocker. I just never get to him, and I don't like it this week. Remember, he was part of the Rory group that went out super early last year on Sunday. He was in like 48th or 50th position going into Sunday and shot some stupid low round to finish 5th. Looks better than what it was for the tournament. I also don't like, if we truly think it's going to be some rain, some where the off the tee is even more important. He finished 44th in 2020, 18th in 2021 at $9,100. I think he gets a little bit of steam, irons, all that kind of stuff looks great. You got to cut some people up there, and he's the one that I Hovland's the guy that I've really been off of a little bit, but I like Hovland a lot more than I do Morikawa. Different price tag, but Homo was the one that I thought I was going to be off of. I don't know if I get there, but he rates out really well. He just sucks here. He's one of the worst in the field when you look at the course history and how he's done here. 2 missed cuts, a 48th, not done well at all. But he's playing as good as golf he's probably ever has in his life. I'd rather go there than a Morikawa. So Morikawa was the current guy I'm going to fade. Sleeper of the week, I'm going Kitayama. It's kind of tough here. There's so many guys we're going to talk about. I don't know what qualifies as a sleeper when you got basically a limited field event type deal. But he's a guy I like. I played him at match play. He treated us well there. Won at API. Stats are up and down at times. Remember we talked about him. I loved how he bounced back after he just blew up at, I think it was one of the West Coast tournaments, the rotation one. I just went blank on it, but you know, he had a chance to win there. Doesn't play, but he bounced back, fought back, winds up winning the API. He can hit the ball really well off the tee. And he's not horrible. He's 27th in stats overall, $7,100. I don't think he gets a lot of ownership. If he does, you know, by the time I get to Wednesday final thoughts, I'll give you another sleeper once we kind of get all that shaken out. But he's a guy that I like a lot at that price tag. Gut feel plays. I like Rose. Don't know where he gets in the ownership type deal yet, but 2nd, 12th, 23rd, 7th. He missed a cut in 2019. He missed a cut last year. I think he's playing a lot better golf right now overall. I do worry a little bit about the potential conditions and all that. At the same time, I also kind of like a Fleetwood. If you tell a Rose, hey, you got to go shoot 2 under every day, and you're going to be in the top 5 to 10 worst come Sunday, I think he likes that type of setup. We'll see how that pans out over the next 72 hours, but I like Rose. I like Tom Kim. I think a lot of people, because of the driving and shorter off the tee and all that, first time here. But again, $7,700. I don't mind taking some chances there. Neiman, I'm going to play Neiman. Missed cut as an AM. I was there that year. Played well, but I think he barely missed a cut. Then a 40th and a 35th. $7,800. You know, he's a guy I just like. And then Tiger. I like Tiger. I like the price. I like a lot of the shots I saw at Riv. My only concern for him, and I kind of already written this down before going on the pod, but the weather deal we'll have to see. That would be my only concern. Cooler temperatures, wet, all that stuff. Could that be a negative? Potentially. Made the cut last year, finished 47th. $7,300 though, right? You know, the positive I think is if we think that 6, 7, 8, 9 under is a potential, I surely think if anywhere Tiger can shoot a 7, 8 under in a little bit tougher conditions, as well as he played at Riv, had some shining moments, if you want to call it that, you know, March Madness championship tomorrow night, but he could do it here, you know, and so I don't mind that at all. $7,300. We'll see how that looks, you know, once we get closer on weather and all that kind of stuff. And I don't like because he talks so much about his routine, all that. If we really think we can see some start, stop, I may have to be off of him, you know, and take it that way. That would be the negative for me on him. But I do have my eye on him as a potential play. Betting top 5 the pop and 2 long shots. I talked about Underdog. Go check it out. I'll post something either tonight or in the morning that one of the subs did. It's a great resource. I'll talk through some strategy as well. Prize picks. I'll give out my prize picks play for round 1 on Wednesday, and I give them out nightly with my bets. Again, you can use GUP for either one of those. Dollar for dollar match up to $100. Link is in the description for both of those. Top 5 that I like right now: Cantley 25-1, JT 25, Sung J 40, DJ 25, Willie Z 33. We'll see how those reshuffle in the morning. I'll talk about them again. That's probably will be most of my focus on our, you know, I'll do like a 15, 20-minute pod tomorrow, afternoon, evening. Just kind of, hey, day 1, here's what, what changed for me. We got the Valero stats, the betting board updated, all those kind of things. Here's where I'm at before we go into the deep dive and final thoughts Tuesday and Wednesday. 2 long shots, Mito 175-1 right now. I like a potential top 20 bet there. And then Kitayama 100-1. Again, I don't know if I bet him just to win, but if you got each way, stuff like that, top 5, he can make my card there. Top 5 for one and done right now. I like Cantley, Rory, JT, Cam Young. And the 5th one, it'll probably be, do you use a live guy? I certainly think you think about it if you're like kind of way back. You only get to use them so often, right? And so do you use a DJ, a Cam Smith, one of those type of guys that maybe most people don't even look at? So that's kind of will be in my mindset. I do like Willie Z as a potential, but I want to see, you know, do we get a presser? What's going on? How's he feeling? This was his goal to kind of be coming here full focused, and he's only finished 2nd in 6th his first 2 years here. So I hope he goes completely on the radar and everybody's off of him this week. But I think I'm going to leave that 5th spot kind of there in general. We'll talk about it more Wednesday. I'll give you my final 5 like I always do, each and every final thoughts on those pods Wednesday. Like I mentioned, Monday I'll have updated rankings out overall. Once we bring in the Valero stats, I would say updated field, but Wise dropped out. Connors was already in, so the field's locked. No issues there. Tuesday, deep dive. Wednesday, final thoughts pod. Wednesday night, E9 live with Kenny Kim for members only. Don't forget, use the code MASTERS, 30% off. You get a free week this week. You can use us for the Masters and leave us, no problem. No, if we don't prove that we're worth whatever, that's fine. That's what we want to try to do. I think you'll love the community. I think you'll love the tools we have now, and they're only going to continue to get better as we keep updating our brand new set of golf, the golf dashboard, and then our lineup builder I like a lot, and a lot of the custom things we can run in it are like very few places out there. So go check it out. If you have questions, hit me up on Twitter or email me at gup@gupscorner.com. I will answer any questions there and get you set up on the site. Have a good rest of your Sunday evening. I'm going to go watch some WrestleMania with the 9-year-old and relax a little bit before we have a grind the rest of the week. Talk to you later. Thanks.